पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. Due to the infinite grace of Lord Krishna, we are studying Srimad Bhagavadgita in depth. Bhagavad-gita and Sri Krishna, these two are not different. The greatness of Krishna is reflected in the Bhagavad-gita. The principles on which the Bhagavad-gita stands for, you will find the wonderful illustration in the teachings in the Krishna's personality. So Krishna and the Bhagavad-gita both go together. If you study the life of Sri Krishna, it is nothing but the practical demonstration of Bhagavad-gita. If you study Bhagavad-gita, is it but the ideals and ideas the Lord Krishna stood for in his lifetime. So it is imperative for us. It is a mandatory for us, to every one of us, to pray and contemplate on Lord Krishna before we study Bhagavad-gita. In fact, Bhagavad-gita is Krishna in his book form. It is the verbal Krishna. We want to see Krishna in the physical form. We are unable to do it, but we have this wonderful work of Bhagavad-gita, which is nothing but the expression or the manifestation of the Godhead, that is Krishna himself. So Krishna has started to teach the essentials of his teachings in the second chapter itself about Atma Tattva. The last verse we have studied is Natvevaham Jatunasam, this verse number 12. Natvevaham Jatunasam Natvam Neme Janadhipaha Nachaiva Nabhavishyamaha Sarve Vayamatah Param. It is not that I will not cease, I did not exist. Aham Jatu Natu Asam. This is the first idea. I always existed. There was never a time I did not exist, because I am Atman. Krishna as a body or the Krishna as a personality is temporal. That body and the personality has got its birth and the death. But Krishna as the Atman always remains the same. This is the idea. Natvam, you also. You, Arjuna, always exist. Of course, as Arjuna, you did not exist in the past, but as Atman, you always existed. And also, na ime janadhipaha. All these kings and the warriors, those who have assembled here for the battle, they also existed in the past. It is not that they have not existed, definitely they existed. Of course, not in the present form, as Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra, the Bhishma, etc., they are all the self, Atman. So, as in the form of Atman, everybody existed. I am the Atman, you are the Atman, and all these people are the Atman. We always existed in the past. This is the meaning of the first line, or the first line of this shloka. Nachaiva navabhavishyamaha. Of course, Krishna doesn't tell one fact. We are already existing. There is no need to prove, no need of proof for that. Krishna is existing. Everybody is seeing. At the time of teaching of the Gita, Krishna is there, very much there. Arjuna also is there. So in Vartamana Kala, present tense is not mentioned here. In the past, we existed even before the birth of this body, and of course presently we are existing. And the future, what will become of the future? Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha. So there will never come a time when we cease to exist. That means it has to include, when Krishna says we, it has to include Krishna, Arjuna, as well as all the kings. So he has mentioned it separately in the first line, Natvevaham Jatunasam, etc. I, Krishna, you, Arjuna, and all these warriors are the kings. And now in the second line he says, Vayam, we all continue to exist in the future also. We means all the three entities mentioned in the first line has to be taken into consideration. Myself and you, Arjuna, and also these great kings who have assembled here. Sarve vayam atapparam, further. Atapparam means henceforward, hereafter, we continue to exist. So there was no such thing as non-existence in the past. There will be no such thing as non-existence in the future. So a shloka resembling this idea you will find in the second chapter itself. Krishna says, Avyaktadini bhutani Vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevanam. So you are worrying about these Bhishma, Drona, etc. And these particular individuals, they were non-existent before their birth. A person called Bhishma was non-existent before the birth. A person called Arjuna was non-existent. A person called Drona was non-existent before his birth. And for few years he would be there. Maybe 100 years maximum, maybe 102 years. But after, avyaktadini bhutani, non-existent means they were unmanifested, that's all. As in the case of the seed, you will find the unmanifested tree. The tree manifests itself from the seed. In the seed, it remains as the unmanifested. From the unmanifested to the manifested state. Once again, it will go to the state of unmanifested. We do not know where they all have gone. We do not know where Bhishma has gone. Where is Bhishma? Where is Drona? Where is Arjuna? Where is Krishna? They no longer exist. Just from unmanifested, some period of manifestation takes place. Again, all the beings will go back to the unmanifested state. So this shloka, which comes later, will enable to understand this particular shloka also. This we have discussed in the last class. Now coming to the next class, next verse, or the shloka. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatra namushyati. So always teaching has to be done through examples. A good teacher gives many examples, tells lot of stories to make home the subject for the students. And that is the way of teaching of the great teacher, the best teacher. Krishna is the Jagat Guru, the teacher of the whole world, and he adopts the same method here. A beautiful example, normal example, day-to-day example is given. Of course, we failed to recognize it. What is that example? Dehinaha asmin dehe yatha. So we have to understand 2-3 terms here before proceeding to understand the meaning of the shloka. One is dehi. So this word comes in the Vedanta. So the study of Bhagavad Gita helps us to study Upanishad also. The Bhagavad Gita is a primary book. If we can understand it, if we can study it, and it will help us to understand the profound truths in the Upanishad. Of course, the Upanishadic language is more subtle and esoteric in nature, but we will be able to understand. In these verses, you will find Upanishad personified, the wisdom of the Upanishad coming out of Krishna's mouth. Whatever has been instructed in the Upanishad, you will find in a very simple form and in a very direct way Krishna is telling to Arjuna. That's why Upanishads are greater work, no doubt about it. But our Bhagavad Gita is at par with the Upanishad. It is in no way inferior to Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu, we say at the end of each chapter. So what is Dehi? So we are understanding these verses in the light of Sri Shankaracharya's commentary, and Shankaracharya says, Dehaha asya asti iti dehi, one who is possessed of the Deha. So Deha is there, but one who is having the Deha is different from the Deha. The very word Dehi denotes Deha is different, and one who is having the Deha, we call him at Atman, is different. Atman or the Jiva is different, and the body is the different. So Dehi will have changes in its body. What are the changes? Yatha Dehe, in his body, Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. So always every one of us has to pass through these 3 stages. One is Kaumara, boyhood, and the second one is Yauvana, youth, and Jara, advance in the age, and the old age, Vruddhavastha. So let us examine carefully with the logical mind. There was a body called youth body. What happened to it now? It no longer exists. The youth body is dead. Then we will have the Kaumara, the boyhood body is dead. We were very small when we were young, we are child, and we were tender, we were very good looking. Where is that body? That body is dead. Is it dead? And what happens next? A new body comes up. What is that new body? Yauvana, the young age. Now where is that young age? Of course, if you are young, you need not worry about it as of now. This body will go away, and a new body will come. So the second body has come. The first body has gone. Now we have the Yauvana, the young man, with full of spirit, energy, always restless, going here and there, want to do so many things in his life to achieve. Whereas that body has gone. It also is dead as if. Now most of us who are listening to Bhagavad Gita, who have time and patience to listen to Bhagavad Gita, we are old now. Jara, advanced age. And Shankaracharya beautifully puts it, Vayohanihi. There is hani, already so much time in the ayus or the lifetime has been already spent, not much is left now. That stage is called the jara. So, we did not worry or we were not at all unhappy when we get changed from the balyavastha to the yavvanavastha, from yavvanavastha to the jaravastha. We did not worry much, isn't it? That's what Krishna is pointing out to us. Yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. So in the same way, so there was a man, there was a personality, he is called Jiva or Atma, who is having different bodies. So first he had that young body, child body, next young man's body, and next the old man's body. Now what is going to happen in the future? Everybody knows, but nobody wants to admit it. Tatha, in the same way, dehantara praptihi. So, dehantara, dehat anyaha deha. This whole body. Actually, already we have died 3 times, isn't it? At least 2 times we have died. When the child body is destroyed, that is one death. When the young man's body is dead, that is second death. Now we are after having died twice, we are in the third state. There has another body we are going to do. This body will go away because this body is no longer to sustain us. It has become old, full of diseases, diabetes, blood pressure, whatnot. Everything has come to us. No longer can keep our dehi inside. So, what dehi does, the indweller of the body will throw away this body, will throw away. And Krishna says in the another shloka also, as you wear the old clothes, as wear the new clothes, throwing the old clothes, that in the same way you will throw the old body and take up the new body, that's all. That is what dehantara means here. Dehantara, dehat anyaha dehaha. So this deha, we call it as our deha. We give it up and takes up the new body. This is what we have done already, twice we have done, as I have told you. That is what is called dehantara prapti. That means death and taking up the new body. Krishna is asking us, please tell me, what is the difference between transformation our body from child body to young man's body, and young man's body to the old body, and old bodies to next body. That's all. Old body to next body. That's all. What is the problem? You will get the new body. Once again, the same process you will undergo. Kaumara, Yauvana, Jara. Because I am more and more I am telling the Sanskrit words of the Bhagavad Gita, so that these words should get imprinted in your mind. The English word which doesn't have that strength or the value will not get imprinted in your mind. Kaumara means the childhood or the boyhood. Yauvana means the youth, and also the jara, the old body. Next, what will happen? Naturally, dehantara prapti. Why should we worry about it? We worry. We worry too much about dehantara prapti. We don't worry that much about transformation of our body from the boyhood to youth, youth to that old age. But we are very much worried about our future transformation. What is that? Dehantara prapti. Krishna is telling us, dhiraha tatra namushyati. So these are all natural change. Body cannot remain forever. How many years the body can bear this all these experiences and continue to be there. And body is jada, the inert, it is a combination. Whatever combination has to disentangle, it has to break away into pieces. How many years you will keep a pot, the mud pot? After some years it will break away. In the same way, you cannot keep this body forever. Body is going to destroy. And you will have a wonderful opportunity, great opportunity to have a new body, and again the same cycle continues. Dhiraha tatra namushyati. Dhiraha means one who is having the intelligence. So in Kannada and other languages, we use dhiraha for a brave man. But actual meaning for dhiraha is one who can discriminate. Discriminate between what is real and what is not real. What is permanent and what is not permanent. Here what is permanent is Atman. What is real is Atman. What is not permanent, what is not real is Anatman, Deha, etc. That's why Deha changes. Deha gets transformation. But one who is inside the Deha never gets changed. That idea will be more elucidated in the next 2-3 slokas. Dhiraha tatra namushyati. This is the idea. It is a very simple shloka. Every shloka is simple, but we have to have patience and time to go through each and every shloka, understand the words, connection between one word and another, make it into a sentence and try to understand the Gita. That's all. So there is nothing to worry about the death. What is there? Just changing the body. Already 2 deaths have happened. Another death will going to happen. Destruction. That's all. Next. So there is nothing to worry. Oh, I have no worry for death, but what happens? Shita Ushna trouble us here. Duality is trouble here. So Shankara himself puts this kind of an objection or introduction to the next shloka, the 14th shloka. We know very well the Atman doesn't get destroyed. Atman is always there. The bodies will come and go. I know all this philosophy. Yadyapi atma vinasha nimittam mohaha na sambhavati. I have no delusion as far as regarding the destruction of the Atman. But here in this body, I am suffering from many kinds of dukkha. Shita in the winter, I suffer. Ushna in the summer, I suffer. So it becomes very warm in the summer, I suffer. It becomes very cold in the winter, I suffer. So whole summer suffering, winter suffering, in between rainy season also suffering, due to cold and fever, etc. So this suffering has become a part and parcel of my living. Shankaracharya puts it as laukika dukkha. So I have no doubt about the infinity of the Atman. I have no doubt about the indestructibility of the Atman. But in this mundane world I am suffering from Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. Sukha we don't suffer, but that is also a kind of suffering only. So Shita, Ushnas are making me suffer. Then Shankaracharya beautifully makes us understand why we suffer. Sukha viyoga nimitta, when we are all happy, something happened, we are separated from the sukha. Your son has come back to the house, you are very happy. Now he has to go back to the US or any other country again. So sukha viyoga, separation from the source of the sukha or the happiness, that gives us a lot of suffering. And also, why we suffer? Dukkha samyoga. When we get connected with the source of the dukkha, somebody comes to house, we don't want them to come. our relatives, they come and trouble us. That is dukkha, connection with dukkha. So connecting with dukkha and separation from the sukha, that is what is called suffering here. So this is called laukika dukkha, the mundane dukkha. How to escape from that? Oh Krishna, please tell me. It must have been the Arjuna's question. And Krishna is answering through this next shloka. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha agama payinaha anityaha tan titikshasva bharata. So matra means here indriyas. Because through indriyas or the senses like eyes, ears, etc., you will be able to have the knowledge of the external world. The eyes have the knowledge of the rupa, that is the form, and the ears will have the knowledge of shabda or the sound. Matraha and sparshaha, contact with the outside object. What are they? In tradition, Indian tradition, we say shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, etc. So every indriya will give us knowledge of a particular object. As I told you, the ears will give the knowledge of the sound, and our tongue will give the knowledge of the rasa, etc. So these are the objects, shabda, etc. So the contact of the indriyas or the senses with the objects, that is what is called here matra sparshaha according to Shankaracharya. That means the connection or the connection with the outside objects by the indriya. That is what is happening every day, every minute. Except when we are in deep sleep or in swapna, every minute we are getting connected with the external world through our indriyas. We are seeing the object through the eyes, we are hearing the sound through our ears, etc., etc. That is what is got the matra sparsha here. It is not a philosophical idea to be explained, etc., etc. Everything is down to earth in Bhagavad Gita. It is not too philosophical as people think. So matra sparshaha. So we have understood. Kaunteya matra sparshastu. Tu, they means indeed or is it not in that sense. Matra sparshastu, he Kaunteya, ho Kunti's son, the contact with the indriyas and the external objects, shitoshna sukha dukkha daha. They will give us the experience of the cold, heat, sukha and the dukkha. So the interesting part is this, shitoshna is combined, two words are combined, but sukha dukkha is combined. Shita ushna and sukha dukkha. So the contact of the indriyas with the external objects will give the experience of heat and cold and heat as well as the sukha or the dukkha. This is the meaning. Now, why Shita and Ushna are combined and why not the Sukha Dukkha are separately it is mentioned. Sukha Dukkha, these two words are combined and Shita Ushnas are combined. Why it is so? And Shankara Bhagavatpada will give wonderful explanation for that. And he says, Shita and Ushna are not separate. You won't suffer from Shita in the summer. If you get some cold sensation in the summer, you feel happy. You want your 4 fans to run in the rooms, or better to have an AC because it is so hot outside. So the Shita experience, the experience of the cold is very favorable to us. It gives us happiness. We don't complain about it. But the same Shita will be unbearable in the time of winter. We want to switch off the fan. We don't use the cooler, etc. That's why they are not definite. They are not definite. Sometimes they give us sukha, sometimes it gives us dukkha. So in the case of the Ushna, so we like some hot things or heater, etc. So you don't require heater in Bangalore, but we definitely require heat in Mayamati, where I lived for 4 years. The temperature drops to -2 or -1. You go to bed and by midnight you will get up shivering, without any, if you don't switch on the heater. Sometimes the electricity will go off in the midnight, and you will get up shivering, and you have to have the Panchakosha. Apart from the natural Panchakosha, we already have. The Taittiriya Upanishad speaks of the Panchakosha, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, etc. In the severe winter time, December and January, in Mayavati, we should have another 5 Panchakosha. 5 sweaters and or the upper and jackets or shawl, etc. Minimum 3-4, maximum 5. So, in Mayavati, the heater is very wonderful thing. But in Bangalore in summer, nobody puts on heater. That is the thing. The heat and the cold are indefinite. They are not definite experiences. But what about the Sukha and Dukkha? Sukha and Dukkha are definite. What is called Sukha is a definite experience, and what is called Dukkha is a definite experience. So, Acharya says, Niyata Rupa and Aniyata Rupa. Niyata means they have got definite form, definite kind of experience. We like it. Sukha always we like it, whether it is summer or winter. Or dukkha we don't want it, whether it is summer or winter. Oh, summer sukha is good, summer sukha is good, winter sukha is bad. We don't say like that. So it is definite in nature. But the Shita and Ushnas are not definite in nature. That is why Krishna, or rather the Vyasa Maharshi, in this shloka, combines the word Shita and Ushna and Sukha and Dukkha separately he has mentioned. Daha means they give. So what does give us Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha? Contact of the senses with the external objects, without which we will not have the experience of Shita, Ushna and Sukha, Dukkha. When Indriyas or the senses have contact with the external objects, like Shabda, Sparsha, etc., then only we have Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, etc. So this is the meaning of the first line. Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkha Daha. Are they permanent? No. Summer, severe summer. We were all complaining in Bangalore. Oh, it is so hot in Bangalore. Bangalore is no longer a Bangalore. Somebody would criticize, and the headlines appear in the newspapers. Immediately a few rains came and Bangalore transformed itself into the original Bangalore. Oh, cold, damp. Oh, Bangalore has back to its original state. Agama payinaha. Agama means they come and they go. Now we are having cold. After some month, we will again heat will come. They come and they go. This is the thing. Sukha, today Sukha, tomorrow may be Dukkha. Morning may be Sukha, in the evening it is the Dukkha. Agama payinaha. Since they come and go, they are not eternal. Here we have to see the fun of it. Since it is agama payanaha, anityaha. What is called anitya? What is changeful? What is changing is called a anitya. Since heat and cold, sukha and dukkha will not stay forever. They come and go. That is why they are not eternal. Anityaha. Then what we have to do? We should not complain about it. We should never complain about it. Why? Men with wisdom, they will never complain. Oh, cold, I am suffering. Oh, hot, I am suffering. This kind of uttering we common people do. We common people do. One who knows the Atman, one who knows there is an eternal substance called Atman inside our body mind complex, and which is giving the divine light, consciousness to every kind of experience, never worries about it, never grumbles about it. Stan titikshasva, bear patiently. No other way. Whether you read Bhagavad Gita and learn this, there is no need to read to Bhagavad Gita to learn. We have to bear patiently. It's a common sense. It is a common sense. When you are having this sukha, next after some moments you will have dukkha also. When you are having the wonderful time, the time will come after some time, after some days, after some month, when you are grieving, suffering. So what we have to do? We have to bear it patiently. So Krishna, the words are echoed in Shankara's Viveka Chudamani Attam. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikara purvakam. There are two components in this. Sahana we all do, but we grumble, we complain. Oh, it is so that I cannot bear, I cannot bear. What is this? What is this? Whom to blame? For climate change, whom to blame? You cannot blame anyone. Mother Earth is like this. Prakriti is like this. You cannot blame anyone. That's why apratikara purvakam is essential. Don't do any pratikara. Don't even think of ill. Don't even think of doing some pratikara, revenge against those forces which are causing you suffering. Simply bear it patiently. See, sahana, the great virtue we have to practice. So it is expressed in this sloka. And Thakur used to say, Sri Ramakrishna, Sha, 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 patience, patience, patience. That will save our lives. Every time something bad happen in our life, every moment we get angry and react, and what will be the state of our life? What our life is going to be spoiled and miserable, a veritable naraka it will become. Sahanam, this is the great one. And the sahana we have to practice based on some common sense, philosophical edifice. That philosophical edifice or the common sense knowledge is given in this sloka. Next. So in the 15th sloka, okay, I will bear it patiently. What is the result then? What I will get by bearing patiently? I will bear, I will tolerate sukha, dukkha, as well as the cold and the heat. But I should get some result, no? What will become? What is the result? What good will happen to me? Then Krishna says in the 15th sloka, Yam hina vyathayantete purusham purusharshabha samadukka sukham dhiram saha amrutatvaya kalpate. So we have to carry out the ideas from previous sutra, previous sloka to this sloka. Here the yete have come. Yete means sukha dukkha, or the cold and the heat. Shita Vushna. Shita Vushna and sukha dukkha. Vyathayanti. Vyathayanti means they don't perturb, they don't trouble. So sukha and dukkha and heat and cold are troubling us, not to a great person, enlightened person. Yetena vyathanti purusham. Such a kind of person. Who is that? Once again, dhira. So dhira word we have already studied in the earlier sloka, earlier sloka. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatra namushyati. We have studied. Same dhira has come here also. One who is with discrimination, what is real and what is not real, one who is established in Atman, such Purusha, Dhiram Purusham, because he has got equanimity, same-sightedness, and he will accept everything, whether it is Sukha or the Dukkha, Sama Dukkha Sukham. It is an epithet qualification to the Dhira. Who is Dhira? For whom sorrow and happiness is the same. He accepts everything. He invites everything. He bears Sukha and Dukkha patiently. And he is the living example of the ideal of Sahana or the patience, which is described in the previous shloka. So, to him, Sukha and Dukkha or the Shita and Ushna will not trouble such a person. So, what will happen to him? Saha amrutatvaya kalpate. Here, Shankaracharya explains who is that Samadukha Sukha. Nityatma Swarupa Darshana Nishtaha. Always established in the realization of the eternal substance. And he always bears, he always patiently experiences without any grumbling, without any complaining, without any sense of revenge, without any reaction. He simply enjoys, rather experiences Sukha, Dukkha and the Shita and the Ushna. Forbears the opposites. What are the opposites? Sukha is opposite to Dukkha and the cold is opposite to heat. Ushna is opposite to Shita. Sukha is opposite to Dukkha. So we have to bear it. Dandvatito bhavarjuna. Krishna says in the succeeding shloka. Dandva sahishnuhu. So what is the result? Ultimately, why I should bear it? Why I should bear it? Why I should be very patient in the time of Sukha, Dukkha, Shita and Ushna. So last part of the shloka says, such a person, Saha Amrutatvaya Kalpate. He will become fit for the immortality. Amruta Bhava, this is a beautiful word. We are all Mruta Bhavas. We have that idea we are going to die. In fact, the body dies, we say we are going to die. It's an illusion, it is a wrong concept, misunderstanding. We are not going to die. As Atman, will never die. But we say we are going to die. That is called Mruta Bhava, Marana Bhava. But Amruta Bhava means when we identify ourselves with Atman, we will have that Amruta Bhava. Oh, I am immortal. I am infinite. I am of the nature of Satchidananda, infinite knowledge and bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda, like this. So this is Amruta Bhava. So in order, if you want Amruta Bhava or Amrutatva or the moksha, what we have to do? We have to first forbear this Sukha and Dukkha and also the Shita and Ushna. We have to be calm, quiet. We should not be restless. Swami is continuing to talk. When he will finish, oh, very, very restless. No, restless. Whether you like it or not, we have to complete at 6:45. When he will complete, always restless. What is going to happen? Restless. Tomorrow what will happen? Restless. The life is full of restlessness, tension, pressure. So our life has, we have become, sometimes I would tell, especially the students, our life has become like a pressure cooker. In pressure cooker, due to the pressure, it is boiling, no? That's why it is called pressure cooker. And we also, due to that pressure, we are boiling inside. Hear the Krishna's word. No need to worry about anything. Everything is all right. What is going to happen, that will happen. So I used to study under a great Sanskrit teacher in Chennai. He would quote a sentence from the tradition, Yad bhavyam tad bhavati. This is the sentence. What is going to happen, what has to happen in the future is called bhavya. That bhavya, that will happen. What is going to happen, that will happen. What you can do? You cannot do anything. You remain calm, you remain quiet always. Because we have too much of expectations and desires and impractical goals we have, that's why we always boil from the tension, pressure, etc. So one verse of Krishna's Gita can solve all the problems of life. You don't need even 700 shlokas. Next, we should bear Sita and Vishnu for the more philosophical reason also. The mundane reason is given here. Everybody can understand. Agama payanaha anityaha. Every one of us understand. When summer is there, summer is followed by the winter. Winter is followed by the summer. Sukha is followed by the dukkha. Dukkha is followed by the sukha. Every one of us understands this. But there is a philosophical doctrine, a wonderful philosophical explanation also. I think this sloka is the foundation of the Indian philosophy, you can say, a very famous sloka. Because in the Western country, especially in the Christian religion, Semitic religions, there is an idea something comes out of nothing. How something can come out of the nothing? When nothing is there, how it becomes something? When something gets destroyed, it says the whole universe gets destroyed, and universe has come from nothing. When something is there, how it can be destroyed? Then it is not something at all. When nothing is there, from nothing, how something can come out? So the idea is, if you recognize that something which is existent, it will always exist. If you recognize something to be non-existent, it will never exist, though it appears to be. So what is the idea? So we have to go deep into Upanishadic teaching. Sat and the Asat. Tadeva Saumya Idamagramasit. Only existence was there in the beginning, without name and form. What is now? The same Sat is there, existent, with Nama and Rupa, that's all. Then Rama Rupas will go away after some time. The whole world gets merged into its source, and we call it Pralaya. What happens to the name and form? Name and form cease to exist. That means that which will get cease to exist, that will get destroyed, really doesn't exist at all. It is our illusion that all things exist. That which changes and get destroyed has no real entity at all. This is in essence, summary, the crux of this shloka. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drushtaha antaha tu anayoho tattvadarshibihi. So I had to split the words once again. It is a little bit difficult verse. Na asataha vidyate bhavaha. This is the one idea. Na abhavaha vidyate sataha. This is the second idea. Ubhayorapi drashtaha antaha tu anayoho tattvadarshibihi. The first idea is asataha bhavaha na vidyate. Asat means unreal. So we have to be very clear in this to understand what is unreal. You see snake on the rope, is it real? It is unreal because snake will go away, snake will disappear. What will remain is the rope. That means rope is real, snake is unreal. But I am seeing the snake now. Just seeing and experiencing will not make a thing real. This is the truth. It is very difficult to digest this truth. I am seeing the Nama Rupa, name and form, the whole world, but it disappears. It disappears in your dream. It disappears in your deep sleep. And is also the world goes on changing. Where is that reality in this world? It just appears. It doesn't exist. That is why it is called Asat. And in this context, Shankaracharya says, Shita Ushnas are Asat. What I am experiencing with so seriousness, it is so cold, it is so hot, it is unreal. You are neither experiencing cold nor experiencing hot. It is all your mental delusion. Because there are sadhus who live in the top of Himalayas with the minus 50 or minus 70 degrees centigrade without any cloth also, or the scant clothes they wear. For them, what is cold and heat? It's all sapeksha. So, I may think it is cold, you may think it is hot, that's all. So, there is no such thing as absolute cold, absolute hot, absolute sukha, absolute dukkha. So, because it is unreal. So, asataha, there is no such thing as Shita and Ushna. According to Vedanta, what is there is only Atman, consciousness. Avidyamanasya Shitashnadehe. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, they don't exist at all. For them, bhava, existence. Bhava means being, existence, reality. That which doesn't have existence will never take up the existence. That is the idea. It is very, very philosophical in nature. I am trying to make it as simple as possible. Because when you try to examine the Shita, Ushna and Sukha, Dukkha, there is no such thing as absolute Sukha, absolute Dukkha, absolute cold and absolute heat. That is the problem. Now I am sweating. You may be feeling cold. Then where is that absolute cold and absolute hot? And I am suffering. But same situation, another person may be very happy with the meager food or the very simple food. I like luxurious food. It is suffering for me. For other person, it is a pleasure. Sukha, dukkha, these are all, no absoluteness is there. So that is why, and Shankaracharya says, why they are unreal means, if we have that same experience, Sukha or Dukkha or the Shita or Ushna at all times, then they could have been told as real. They are not. They are changeful. In the words of Shankara, Vikaro hi saha. Vikara, they go on changing. Heat gets changed to cold, cold gets changed to heat. Sukha gets changed to dukkha, dukkha gets changed to sukha. That's all. And Shankaracharya gives the example of ghata, adi part. You cannot read Vedanta without the example of ghata. What is part? Let us examine. What is part? Part has got round shape, it has got like mouth like this. That is for a casual onlooker. Real pot is nothing but the mud. What is mud has taken the form of the pot. Then where is pot? There is no pot as such. It is only mud. And what is true here? Reality. Mud is real and the pot is unreal. And you examine the mud also. What is mud? It will take its cause. The cause is true. the effect is not real, not true. Same thing, if you go on like this, it will end up to Brahman, which is real, which is truth. So whatever he has got a cause, it is unreal. That is the proposition Shankara gives here. Therefore, Shita, Ushna, etc. are unreal. This is how he argues. Next, same Shita, Ushna, unreal. We have come to know our bodies are also unreal. Because we have already learnt the child body, as a child we are destroyed, we have died, we have become young people. Young man died, now he has become an old man. And old man changes his body, Dehantara Prapti. And who is that? How you can call body, mind complex as something real? You cannot call it. That is why they are asat. For that asat, there is no sat reality at all. This is what is conveyed through first part of the first line. Nasato vidyate bhavaha. Let us take up the second idea. Na bhavaha vidyate sataha. Sataha. Here sat means that which is different from the asat. So when you examine our personality, we have learnt body-mind complex is something unreal. Then what is real? Consciousness is real. Atman is real. Okay? Is there any change in the Atman? The same person, Atma or Jiva, undergoes these three changes. There is no second person there. When you transform yourself from a small boy to young man, you are not a different person. You say, when I was young, 20 years back, you will say. The same person will become an old man. Oh, he will say, when I was young, 40 years back, 50 years back. Same person. So, that Atman is Sat, and cold Shitoshnadi and also body-mind complex are Asat. The Sat can never leave its state of Sat. It can never cease to exist. That is what is told here. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. There is no destruction of the Sat. There is no existence for the Asat. There is no existence for the unreality. There is no destruction of the reality. That is, in simple words, the message of the Krishna in the first line of the shloka. Then what Krishna says in the second shloka is, Ubhayoho api drushtaha antaha. So we have to examine, carefully examine, analyze what is real and what is unreal. Ubhayoho means between Sat and the Asat, we have to carefully investigate what is Sat, what is Asat, and what are the things which are Asat, what are the things which are Sat, etc. Then we have to come to a conclusion. That is called Antaha. Antaha Drishtaha. Antaha means the final truth. That means Atman alone is real, God alone is real, and everything is illusory or not real. That is what is Antaha. Antaha Drishtaha. He has come to the conclusion. He has seen the conclusion. Who has seen it? Tattvadarshibihi Antaha Drishtaha. Tattva. Tattva means Brahman itself. Tat means Brahma. Tat means Brahma. And Shankaracharya says here, Sarvam cha Brahma. Everything is Brahman. His name is Tat. That is the name of the Brahman, the reality itself. And the quality of being the reality is called the Tattva. The nature of being a reality is what is called Tattva. One who knows this, one who has realized this, such person is called Tattvadarshi. Here Bahuvachana is used, plural use. The people of realized people. That means they know what is exactly the reality. Here Brahman itself is the reality. The pure consciousness itself is the reality. It is the real nature of the whole existence. One who has come to that conclusion, one who has understood the final truth is called the Tattvadarshibihi. Tattvadarshibihi ubhayorapi drishtaha antaha anayoho. These Tattvadarshi have understood this. So anayoho ubhayoho, like this we have to understand. Between these two, what is the final truth? Whether the body-mind complex is real, whether the cold and heat, Shita, Ushna and the Sukha, Dukkhas are real, or Atman is real. Anayoho, ubhayoho. Antaha, I come to the conclusion. What should be the conclusion? Atman alone is real. Everything is unreal. Who have seen it? Who have realized it? Tattvadarshibihi antaha drishtaha. This final truth has been realized or seen by the men of realization, one who has seen the truth. This is the meaning of the 16th verse, and this is a very, very philosophically significant verse, often quoted in our Indian or the Vedantic text. It's a very important and it's very interesting also. If you can study with interesting mind or interested mind. We shall continue next time. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.